about a breakfast till Tiffany. She said, I think I remember the film.
Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Friday Night Happy Hour.
This week we thought we would try a breakfast theme.
But then we thought cocktails and breakfast, not a great match, so we thought we'd do brunch instead.
Exactly. It's the only cocktail suitable for breakfast is a mimosa, and that's just champagne and orange juice.
True story, and that wouldn't make great viewing now, would it? So for this week I'm going to be serving you some breakfast muffins, which are great if you're on the go, and also I've made you a brunch classic staple of asparagus and eggs.
And I'm going to be making a bacon me angry cocktail. Ooh. And I've made a candied bacon garnish.
Ooh. So anyway, let's make a start then. So for the cocktail, Adrian is going to put 100 millilitres of bacon infused vodka into his shaker.
And how did you infuse the vodka with bacon?
Okay, so Adrian, it takes about half a day to make and it's super simple. All you do is fry some bacon off in the pan, eat the bacon, let the fat cool down, add the bacon fat to about 375 millilitres of vodka, give it a really good shake, and then you leave it for half a day.
But don't you just have fatty vodka?
Oh, well you do, but then what you do is you then put it in the freezer, and then all the fat comes to the top, the vodka doesn't freeze, and then you then strain it through some, well the recipe says cheesecloth, but we used a coffee filter instead, and there you go, bacon vodka.
Sounds straightforward enough. So while you're explaining that, I've added a couple of dashes of maple syrup, a couple of dashes of bitters, and 200 ml of apple cider. So now it's time for a shake.
Goodness me, that was fun.
It was. So, now let's strain this between our glasses and enjoy.
Perfectly. So, and there you have it, a bacon me angry.
Hold up.
Oh.
Almost forgot the candied bacon garnish. So,
here we go. Now, Adrian, how do you make candied bacon?
So, you just put your bacon on a piece of greaseproof paper, and then you add a little bit of light brown sugar and a drizzle of maple syrup, and just cook until your bacon is turning crispy. Remove from the oven and let it go cold, and then it goes nice and kind of candy.
Bacon and syrup, it's amazing.
So anyway, there's your cocktail.
Yeah. And there you have it. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. So as you can see, Matt's prepared the food, and he's now going to tell us a little bit more about the breakfast muffins.
Okay, so the breakfast muffins, really super easy to make. You basically take your eggs, you whisk your eggs, you add salt, pepper, paprika, then we've added some grated cheese and some chopped bacon. You then divide it between a greased muffin tin, it makes 6, and we've used 5 eggs. And then you then top with a cherry tomato, well half a cherry tomato, and then sprinkle with cheese, and then in the oven for about 20 minutes. And then let them cool. And then as you can see in the middle, look, all of the bacon's all the way through, really tasty.
These are really nice, but I have to say my favourite way to eat them is with a dollop of tomato sauce, so don't mind me. Tell us more about the asparagus and eggs.
Okay, so the asparagus and eggs, it's a Jamie Oliver recipe. We went to our friends last weekend to Cheltenham and she cooked us this for brunch and it was absolutely amazing, and that's what inspired us today. So basically, the recipe wants some French bread, and on that French bread all I've done is put some butter on it and some garlic and then grilled it. You then steam your asparagus, you then soft boiled 2 eggs, well 2 eggs per person, and then we're going to do a bit of live cooking, well it's not cooking really, it's dressing. You then add, this is red onion which has been marinated with just salt and red wine vinegar, and you just toss a little bit of that over it and make it look pretty. The colours look lovely, not sure if you can see that. Then, next magic ingredient is some tarragon. So you just literally sprinkle some of that over. This is tarragon that really makes the dish. I love the taste of tarragon. And to finish off with, I've made some little French dressing here. So you literally just drizzle that over the top, like so. Isn't that beautiful? Look, doesn't that look nice?
Delicious.
There we go. And that is, you can have it for brunch, you can have it for breakfast, you can have it for lunch, you can have it for dinner, you name it, it's beautiful. That's all for this week's happy hour, and the links for the recipes are below the vlog.
You can also find links to our Facebook and Instagram pages, or search for Matt and Adrian.
That's right, and that's another Friday night sorted. So guys, until next week, have a great week. Cheers and bye.